How's everyone doing?
I'm great.
All right, I'm great too. I've had one Fritz. I had a big boy Fritz, orange, and now I'm having classic of Ciaran's feeling himself, a Japanese beer.
Classic.
Kirin Ichiban.
Ciaran number one.
Ciaran number one. That's right.
As we will do the ads in Japan for you, Ciaran Ichiban.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
and your eyes are just anime eyes.
Big old anime eyes. And I do want to go to Sapporo, the capital city of Hokkaido or whatever in the north. That's where the beer industry in Japan is. I want to go see all their fun breweries and then be like, Japan shouldn't own this place. Justice for the Ainu people.
That's right, baby. Hey. Welcome to your weekly corner Späti. It's your boy Nick, joined with Ciaran. Ichiban. Number one.
Number one, baby. I'm big and... No, don't say that line. I genuinely thought when I was younger that it was just like bands kind of like, oh yeah, I'm kind of successful in Japan, and it wasn't like a gross penis joke. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm big in Japan thing, yeah. I was an innocent little one. I was like, oh, I guess this band's big in Japan.
Where do we start with today?
Let's just get out of the way.
One of our dads is dead. Our dads fought.
Utkin and Prigozhin are dead.
That's two of our dads. Two of our many dads.
Two of our several dads
dead.
We actually don't have very concrete evidence on like what happened exactly here, other than like private jet went explodey.
As they normally do.
No, that's helicopters.
Yeah. Rip Kobe.
And what is it? Peter Kellner, the richest guy from Czech Republic. All right, so yeah. That was... So initially the reports were like shot down by Russian Air Force or air defenses. The US is now claiming that they now think it was an explosion on board.
Okay, yeah.
I don't really understand why they'd be lying in this situation, so maybe. Either way, though, the consensus is like
dead,
and like you don't attempt a coup and then think you're going
to end up alive. Yeah,
you don't attempt a coup against a government that has killed for a lot less.
Yeah, like, I mean, what is it? Do you want your balls covered in, like, Novichok, or do you want to get shot out of the sky? Pick your poison.
Oh, I would totally pick shooting out of the sky. Are you kidding me? Novichok sounds like a horrible way to go.
Anyway.
Put me in the submarine in the bottom of the ocean with all those rich people.
Yeah, there's not much that we can say about this. Check out our Wagner episode that is on the Patreon.
Yep.
We covered Prigozhin in very good detail. I pat us on the back for that.
And the only real update is he dead now.
He did. Yeah, like confirmed by, I think, most outlets now.
Russian and foreign media, like non-Russian media as well. So like,
anyway,
nothing be gained by lying.
In the eyes of an angel.
Oh yeah, we were looking at a photo earlier of like the memorial in Novosibirsk, which has above the photo of Utkin. What did it say? Like,
oh, Mr. Wagner.
Mr. Wagner.
I have it right here. Mr. Wagner, King of Kings.
Written in English.
Yeah.
Not even in Russian.
Yeah, well, because he knows that English is the
main language of Novosibirsk. It's really international up in the giant nickel hole that they have up there.
Anyway, yeah, if you want to hear us talk about Wagner in great detail, Ciaran and Rob have a very good episode about Wagner in Africa way back when, where you like lightly touch on it, and then we go very much in depth on the Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon. Subscribe.
$5 a month.
$5 a month.
$5 a month.
$5.
Moving on.
Yeah.
To happier... Well, no, that was also kind of happy news. But moving on to other happy news that might more materially impact us. I'm going to become a German citizen.
Me too.
Yeah. No, I definitely still can't pass the, like, lessened language requirements or whatever.
I'll take it for you. They won't know the difference.
They don't know. It's
yeah.
like all Auslanders look the same.
Where do we start with this? Germany, like the German cabinet recently had it was at the BPCon Wednesday actually, so we're recording this on Friday the 25th. that they are going to be loosening up the requirements for becoming a German citizen. So good for us, which to put into perspective, that's 12 million people in this country.
Yeah. All right. So the
of 84 million.
Yeah. So the big one is, so I can rattle off what happens. 5 years of being here legally, as opposed to what it was before, which was 8.
8, yeah. Dual citizenship is allowed.
Dual citizenship is allowed. 3 years for certain circumstances. I think that will actually apply to me, because that's like if you have a kid here, if they're like born here, you only have to be here for 3 years before you can apply. I think my daughter is a German citizen now. Shit.
Shout out to Ciaran's daughter.
Shout out to my daughter.
For being Deutsch.
Yeah. Meine Tochter?
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, you're gonna pass the test.
It. Don't worry, I got this.
But the thing that was really interesting is that then Nancy Fraser, the interior minister of Germany,
the new character from the Paramount Plus Fraser reboot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
yeah, they made it. Yeah, so Slay Queen.
Slay.
Really hammered onto the fact of the economic importance of this, which then is kind of fucked up because Germany has a this thing of people who are not economically quote unquote important to this country, who then are part of this 12 million people who may or may not then become part of this new German milieu of persons with German or dual citizenship. And I don't know if it was to please the FDP or if it was just to please then all the articles that were being written of Germany is a horrible place to then work in.
Yeah, so probably that first one, because they're having there's discussions happening around the whole world at the moment of being able to attract talent. So one of the fun ones is Utah at the moment has, in Salt Lake City, you have a thing called Silicon Slope. Which I only recently read about, which is all the tech companies they have there. And I was like, oh shit, I've used some of these products. But because it's Mormon as all fuck there, they're just all these companies are complaining there are so many trans people who code. We need them to move here, and they won't do it because
we're Mormon as fuck.
They'll get hate crimed, yeah, legally hate crimed.
And the 0.5% beer is horrible.
Yeah, and then the other one was Estonia released a report that they lose something $1 billion a year due to homophobia. The economy is taking a hit because of just how homophobic they are or whatever. I can't remember the exact numbers, but they put a number to it. Dude, we're so homophobic. And it's and a part of that seems to be can't attract talent.
Yeah.
So it's because the class example, Estonia invents Skype, immediately it moves to Sweden to set up office before it's bought by Microsoft or whatever. But to be a real tech company, it had to get the fuck out of Estonia.
Yeah. All those tax breaks won't get you that far.
God no. Yeah. I get to ride the public transport that I'll get hate crimed on for free. That's the Estonian dream, I guess.
I mean, to be very fair, it's 3 buses. You can walk all of Tallinn. You can walk to the airport if you really wanted to.
You can walk to Finland. Fuck the Baltic. God, I love the cruise between Helsinki and Tallinn. Absolute chaos, that cruise.
Have you been on it?
Yeah, it's great. I saw so many topless Finnish men with just very overweight with entire shopping trolleys of cheap alcohol they bought in Tallinn. Great. They were cracking into it on the ride over. Very similar to the train from Berlin to Prague.
Yeah.
And anyway, where was I getting back to this? Oh yeah, and then Germany is also kind of a terrible place to be if you're a foreigner. Usually ones that are obviously foreigner. If you're white from another country, it seems to be relatively fine, but they've had a hard time attracting Indian and Chinese professionals to move here and things like that. So yeah, I think this is to improve it. The other one that I saw on this that makes me feel this is a good law and not just FTP bullshit is that there's provisions in here for the Gastarbeiter.
Yeah.
The Gastarbeiter, I believe one of the provisions here is they don't have to pass a language test to get their citizenship, which is huge. That's basically you're lesser the Vietnamese German population, but mostly the Turkish German population. Like,
yeah, so in like 2014, there was a thing that was passed that allowed the like children of these people who are of Turkish citizens to then claim German citizenship, but that's not that long ago.
No, considering they arrived here in the 50s.
Yeah, in exactly the sense that then that you have generations who then never were allowed to. I mean, some of them did become German citizens, of course, but the provision of maintaining dual citizenship is like very attractive to everyone.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting in that regard, that then it's like, okay, yes, like there is this one provision that then existed for these people previously, but now it's going for all persons. Then that you can like maintain this dual citizenship, because remember, like the only thing that you can maintain dual citizenship in Germany of is if you were another another EU citizenship, or citizen of another EU country, or you could like prove your like worth business wise in another country. That like if you had a business open,
like I need my French passport
because you have a business open for half
Bernard
the year.
Arnault or whatever, and I need to make all that.
Bernard Arnault probably has like 12 citizenships, all in countries. That
we just can't stop him.
Yeah, we just can't stop him, and it's like the Cayman Islands, the Seychelles.
He treats
Abu
golden
Dhabi.
passports like Pokemon cards.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, I would lose to him in a Pokemon battle. But yeah, so it's like these provisions previously, like it wasn't that like dual citizenship in Germany was like unheard of. You just had to prove either one that you fell under this like 2014 ruling of it, which is mostly Turkish people born in Germany, or that you could prove your economic worth in both countries,
which is
very rare. Mostly rich people.
Yeah, mostly rich people. Yeah.
You know, upper middle class people who have like businesses.
My economic
open.
worth to any other country.
Yeah, exactly.
My economic worth to this country is barely existent.
Yeah, podcasting and you know doing your other job.
Yeah,
which is also podcasting.
Everyone give up a seat on the bus for Ciaran.
Yeah, the only thing is that then this law then has been approved by the cabinet, the Traffic Light Coalition cabinet, which is so far. Great job, because they've not been able to fucking do anything, as we've been able to see. It has to go through the Bundestag, which is probably going to happen, because also the bloc of like Die Linke is going to vote in favor of it, I would assume, as well. The CDU and the AFD probably are quite pissy, because they're like, damn, our blood laws.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that'll be the AFD, and then like
and the CDU still.
CDU will dress it in light culture.
Yeah, exactly. Our light culture blood laws. Yeah, you know what? The more migrants there are in this country, the less N-words I can say. That'll be an op-ed. That'll be an op-ed in like, I don't know, fucking no site in 3 weeks or whatever, of like, oh, the more migrants, the less racist I can be.
Did you know wokeism comes from Poland, actually, and we need to stop it?
Yeah, pretty much. Wait, no, Poland's an EU country.
We need to stop it.
Yeah, but anyway, so there's that whole thing that then it'll probably easily pass the Bundestag. The Bundesrat is another thing, because it has to be, because it'll be a change to the German constitution, and the Bundesrat has become much more conservative because primarily of the Berlin re-elections.
Oh yeah.
So, but I think it probably will get passed, because it would be very unlikely. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, and I think there's probably going to be some CDU people who might peel off and vote for this as well, just for like business reasons.
I think the CDU in Berlin would be stupid not to vote for it, though, because even they like are acknowledging the fact.
Of the city.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, oh shit. But then also at the same time is that then you're going to have massive, like a massive wave of people coming to them become citizens who are probably going to vote against you.
Yeah. It's gonna be sick nasty.
It's the thing that's always really funny when you look at Berlin elections, of like people who like should be voting here, mostly Europeans in Germany, not even like taking into the sense all of them, like the Ausländer Bevölkerung of Berlin, but yeah, like the CDU would like never win another election again, at least in like most major cities, except for like maybe like. No, actually, no. Wait, Munich doesn't vote CDU either.
No, it'll be like all those.
Sorry, CSU.
Yeah, there'll be like the sleepy towns around, like Frankfurt. the place where like everyone made their money in Frankfurt retires to.
Yeah.
That'll still vote for CDU.
So I'm not in favor of like this whole lib thing of voting, but get your citizenship. All 12 million of us. Let's go, baby.
Yeah,
and we'll
a big party.
Yeah, we'll vote out every.
Talk about how German we are.
We can end the CDU dictatorship. Think about that. We could do it.
I won't get a passport probably because I won't qualify due to various reasons. But
I'll take your test for you. It's fine.
On Twitter, I'm still going to be like, I'm German, and you can't say I'm not.
No, you can just show that to like the Ausländerbehörde. It's like,
Yeah.
But it says on Twitter I'm German, and they'll be like, oh,
I've gone viral on German Twitter a couple of times. I pissed them off a couple of times.
yeah, exactly. So
Passport.
That's a passport.
Give me my passport.
Yeah. So there's that law, and then there's also the self-identification law that the cabinet has also passed, which is quite a big step towards
being sound,
being normal.
Yeah. I can't go into too much detail about this. I would refer to the episode that we did with Penny a while back about like these laws and why they're important. That was mostly on the UK, but all that shit kind of applies here too. And although there is that like double whammy 1-2 punch that happened with these, which is I believe foreigners won't be allowed to do self-ID. Yeah. So that's fun. It's just like we're going to deal with these two things, and they're not allowed to touch. Like we can't.
Well, if you let if you let the foreign self-identification touch, you're going to get wokeism.
Yeah, I'm allowed self-ID as a German, but not anything else now.
But no, the self-ID law thing again, overwhelmingly, once again, the coalition government again through the cabinet is going to be doing this thing.
Yeah.
AFD mad. CSU hella mad. Also, Ali Schwarzer, the head of Emma magazine, former feminist queen from the like 60s in Germany, also hella mad because she's like the J.K. Rowling of Germany.
Oh, fun.
She said that then no, any man can then say that they're a woman. For all those who don't know, the self-ID law has to do with the sense of then deciding your gender on your identification without then the prerequisite of like 8 doctors approval, more or less, who have no fucking idea of anything about this, more or less. So, good step in the right direction. I am very wary, though, at least on this one, more so than like the dual citizenship one. Really, kind of just like takes all the like freaky, like weird, bloodthirsty, blood and soil nationalists out of the woodwork. But they're kind of easy to kind of like ignore. Yeah. Because it's just like, why do you not want dual citizenship? And they're like, because I want reine deutsche Blut. And it's like, okay, yeah. Just you're a fucking Nazi.
Dual loyalty or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Or the dual loyalty one, whatever. The shit that's just like an American buzzword for Zionist bullshit like stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, but the self-ID one, I'm kind of very like, I'm curious of how the AFD, particularly more so than the CSU is going to like weaponize this because they're like, on their uphill climb with, although they're being like partially investigated by the Verfassungsschutz or whatever, but like probably very lazily of like, we'll check our emails twice, once every other week or whatever to see if Nazism is going on over there. I'm curious of how they're going to like turn this into the culture war bullshit because Germany I don't know. Actually, Germany's really good about then, like, rekindling culture war stuff from like 10 years ago in the U.S.
Yeah.
This would be kind of right up their alleyway.
I wonder as well, because like a huge way these things work in other countries is like when it's not a law, it's easier to gin up the like hate because you can kind of just like lie about what will happen when it becomes a law. But then when it's like on the books for a couple of years and the sky doesn't start falling, like it has a little less like I think the AFD will just keep hitting the like green dictatorship button that they're hitting at the moment. Of Greta Thunberg is going to take away your children. Yeah,
because the thing that then I think is so just obvious before we transition to topics of just like all of the anti-trans stuff is that then have you ever seen the interview where Joe Rogan interviewed Matt Walsh?
No.
And there's a thing where like Matt Walsh was like, there's been 1 million kids who've tried to get like, gender reassignment.
Sure.
And then Joe Rogan was skeptical and he's like,
oh, I did hear about this.
And he's like, hey, yo, Josh, can you check that? And it was like, there's been 5,000 in the entirety of the U.S. since like 2014. You know, like the reality of it is exactly
the one time Joe Rogan decides to push back on anything.
Exactly, yeah, because he was like Matt Walsh. He's like, hold on, what? There's not. He's like, even Joe Rogan knew.
And then we have bullshit. Like your one from North Korea telling us that like dogs ate my face twice a day, and that was like legal in Korea. And he's like, whoa, yeah, crazy.
Yeah, because she had huge tits. That was it. Like, have you? She's hot. Like, come on. Joe Rogan would believe anyone that anything that like a sexy woman, because he is baked out of his mind every episode.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing. You know, when a sexy woman tells you anything and you're high, you're like, yeah, what? Like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, the dogs ate your face? I can't tell.
It was crazy. Anyway.
Germany not doing, like, I mean, we talk shit about Germany. We talk shit about the Ampelkoalition. You know what? I'll give them these two partial W's.
Yeah.
Because that's it.
Yeah. The thing they said they were going to do like 3 months 3 months after they got elected. Yeah.
2 years ago, actually. Yeah, not 3 years ago. But yeah, we're
God, government moves so fucking slow in this country.
Yeah, it's because the FDP literally just sits there just like pouting. You know the thing with the like before we go on to another country, not like to just throw Ampel under the fucking bus now for all the nice things that they've been doing.
Yeah.
In terms of like money for children who are like, you know, from less well-off families, the money was supposed to be for 12 million euros.
Yeah.
You know how much that is now because of Christian Lindner just throwing fits left and right?
Oh, yeah.
About 2.
Oh.
And that it's not been passed yet.
Where'd that 10 go?
Yeah, that 10 went into the sense that Christian Lindner fucking just gets his way every which way because he just throws fits left and right.
10 million euros of 3x4
No, 10 billion.
10 billion euros of 3x4 glossies of Christian Linder's face.
Yeah.
Just on the printing presses over and over.
Your kid could be this. And then also in the sense that then Mako Bushman, our DJ friend.
Oh, yes. MB Sounds.
He's also then made it like easier for like dads in divorced like child custody things to just like not like pay money.
Oh, fun. Hell yeah.
So, men's rights
Finally,
activists.
something for men.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the thing that's so funny about the FDP is that they're like, can you like actually like make a picture of this of the Michael Jordan picture of like fuck the kids, but it's just Christian Linden's face.
I could do that.
You could,
easily,
yeah. First off that, and also the second thing of like Michael Bushman being like an MRA guy is just really funny to me because he's also a DJ, which is total men's rights fucking bullshit.
The way he looks.
MRA.
Yeah. Anyway, now to something.
Moving out of Germany,
but also not. You know,
we got our citizenships. We're gonna migrate.
We're
the
fucking
world.
off now.
Yeah,
got that EU passport.
Yeah,
I'm out of here. All right, so
I really do enjoy viewing our episodes as like a physical tour through Europe.
The where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah, where in the world? All right, so we just left. We just left the Ausländer Behörde. I pulled my gun out, doing a celebratory.
I'm German.
I'm German now, shooting my gun in the air. I've been arrested. Where am I going now, Ciaran?
All right, so this is a topic that I'm going to call wet jeans posting versus climate apocalypse. In a title that only makes sense to people who listen to me and me. So, if people who don't remember the phenomenon of wet jeans posting, this happened probably like spring of this year, where the euro took a bit of a tumble, took a bit of a whoopsie, and the euro became, for probably the first time since basically it being a thing, became relatively weak to the dollar.
Yeah.
And then we
for like 2 weeks.
For like 2 weeks, but it's like it stayed kind of relatively low. It's not like super strong. It's not as strong as it was compared to the dollar. And now we've seen like an increase of American tourism to Europe, more so than before.
Yeah.
And this has resulted in wet jeans posting, famously for the post where the guy was talking about like how it's like Europe is a hellhole and the main reason was because no one has dryers and I've been walking around with my wet jeans this entire time.
Yes!
Shout out to Ben Miller for Bad Gays who brought attention to this post to me because he was like, you're not meant to put your jeans in the dryer.
You're not supposed to wash your jeans, homie. That's your no.
You don't wash your jeans. You don't dry your jeans.
You don't wash your jeans.
I don't know.
Like you wash your jeans very.
I wash
rarely.
my jeans.
I wash my jeans like once a year.
Okay. Anyway, this guy was walking around what I imagine is just like
The soppiest jeans.
a conservative pundit in like walking around like urban Milan,
Sounding like just sounding like
marinade.
just sounding like SpongeBob with his boots on, just like.
But this also encompasses like various other weird American complaints about Europe of like there's no water anywhere.
Not true.
Yeah. Why is there no AC? Things of this nature.
I'm from a place with no water, and there's plenty of water. So Europe has plenty of water. Trust me.
Water. Yeah. So, but I'm gonna have to like preface just now that we remember what wet jeans posting is.
I did not remember until you jogged my memory. Some guy going around, I'm assuming Italy, just sounding like he's SpongeBob.
Yeah. It's also important to know when a lot of wet jeans posting happens, they say Europe, what they mean is Italy. So...
see.
Yeah, see. Ella. Okay. And then the next part we have to bring up is the climate apocalypse, which is currently happening and it sucks.
My new side project.
My new side project, climate apocalypse. Slovenia has like had the worst flooding in its entire history. Then there was like Storm Hans in northern Norway, where you could watch videos of just like entire houses just going down a river and crashing into bridges, and people were just like standing on the side of the bridges with their camera phones being like, yeah. Does remind me of like, I think friend of the show Alice, one of the best things she ever tweeted, which is climate change is watching like cell phone videos over and over again until you're the one holding the cell phone. So like, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's happening at the moment. Naturally enough, there has like been heat waves, massive wildfires in Portugal, Spain, the Pyrenees, and like the French side.
Greece,
yeah, the big one, Greece. People being like taken out of the Parthenon in ambulances due to heat stroke and stuff like that. The first like real substantial government heat warnings ever in Poland. Like teaching a bunch of old people in Poland being like,
God won't save you.
Teaching them just like,
Pope John Paul is not going to come down and save you from this heat wave. You're going to fucking die.
Remember how most popes before him were like Italian? Well, here's how to live like Italians. Just for a couple of months.
Also, the Pope after him, also Italian.
Yeah. So. It's like they explain things to Americans, imagine a burger. Explain things to Polish people, imagine a Pope.
He's not Polish.
He's not Polish. I do love. Oh God,
you're literally speaking to 80% of the population of this country, though.
I know, it's great, but I love. Okay, slide aside. I do love the like journalist accounts of when like John Paul, right? Pope John Paul. Who's the Polish one?
Oh! It was John Paul. You fucking know it was.
Know,
yeah,
sorry,
you don't be doing. Yeah, it was JP the second.
Catholicism in Ireland's a vibe. It just means you're anti-British. Then okay, but like all the accounts of him like being made Pope and like people like all the people in the like plaza like scrambling to be like, how do I say this name? Or like, is he from Vietnam? There was like genuinely quotes of people seeing the name written down, being like thinking he was Asian, or like, oh, we have our first African Pope because I can't say this name.
What for John Paul II?
Yeah, like not John Paul, but like his actual like given name.
Yeah, Karol. What the fuck's his actual last name? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Shit, I feel like a bad Catholic now. My mom would slap me now.
Yeah. But there's just great little accounts of like, and then like someone describing the scene where they describe like, and then I could hear someone shouting in the distance in the crowded plaza, Polako. Like basically.
Racial slurs.
Yeah, basically I just explaining to the rest of the crowd, Polish person.
Polak. As I yell at the deli in New York.
Anyway, where was I? Yes, okay. So that's all the bullshit that's happening across all of Europe. I think the ones that have been gaining the most attention are obviously like the most media attention is the wildfires because it's just, Bazam. But like huge heat waves across Northern Europe, huge floods on like Slovenia, Norway, like I said. All right, so
I can't pronounce Pope John Paul II's real name.
There you go. Yeah,
Karol Josef Wojtyła.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
You would have been one of those people in Italy in like
I think he's Vietnamese.
Yeah, this guy's Vietnamese as all hell.
Okay, yeah, no. Keep going. Sorry, I had to find his real name.
Yeah, so I can be a good Catholic. So all these things kind of merged together with, particularly this week, of the New York Times running, count them, 3 articles about Americans in like Europe this summer basically being on fire. Because this is the only thing that has stopped the wet jeans posting. Is it's now too hot to visit.
my jeans dry too fast.
My jeans dry too fast. Absolutely.
I've been loving Americans getting upset in Europe, and then everyone tries, and they do it in the sense that they're like, oh, sympathize with me, and then like the rest of the world is like, you people are fucking morons. Like you cannot function.
Baby wants
go home.
Of water.
Yeah, go back to your fucking whatever Walmart supercenter, so that then you can like ride around in your little like wagon thing, and I love it. I mean, I know that in the sense that then all the like, you know, LA Instagram influencers have never seen a Walmart in their life, so that's also foreign to them.
Yeah.
To all the LA Instagram influencers who are listening to the show, well, Walmart is a big superstore that is in the United States.
We're an influencer.
Where influencers don't go, and it is typically what you would refer to as poor things.
Yeah.
But it's the largest store in the United States. But yeah. No, I love it. I love American suffering because it's the things that they pretend that they suffer with are like things that you can just like ask for.
Yeah, we will get to that. Before we get to, I think, a reading series, it's been a while since we've done one. I do want to say that, like, I think we
forgot how to read this year
because we forgot how to read. I do want to say that, like, we've already seen reports that like tourism in Europe is having like these huge shifts where people from the United States are planning to visit like places like France and Spain, Italy and Greece more in spring and autumn than summer, like avoiding the summer months, and places like Copenhagen and Prague and like north of France becoming like more popular destinations for the summer months.
Yeah. And I'm just so sick of like in all seriousness, it's just like Berlin's tourism has just been like mostly Brits and Dutch people.
Oh yeah,
being
Dutch,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, we're gonna go with the Berghain, and it's just like, just shut up, just shut the fuck up, just stop it. Like you are 16.
Return to the Netherlands. Return to like me and my 2,000 best Dutch friends at the most insane Gabber festival of all time in Utrecht or something.
Yeah. No. Like you're 16. Like I said, you'll get into that. Stop trying to pretend that the city's cool. It's not cool. I mean, it's cool if like in a nice way, but it's like
we're not going to get a lot of Americans because we don't have the European history they're into. We don't have like the Renaissance shit. We have like
we have the sense that then like you won.
Yeah, we have the like history brackets kind of sad.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, let's get into this article, which I really enjoyed. This was an article written by Melina Delkic for the New York Times called "Iced Coffee and Flip-Flops as Europe Boils? Not So Fast, Americans."
I was joking when I said this article was from the New York Times.
It's from the New York Times.
It's actually from the you just sent me a screenshot and I was like, lol, New York Times.
Yeah, like a small local paper from a city of 14 million people.
This is embarrassing. And they were like proud to put this up on their site that they look like fucking morons.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, given before, like for the listener, Ciaran sent me one screenshot where I just couldn't take it seriously. I'm very excited.
All right.
I'm on the edge of my seat, actually like lounge back and ready to.
I'm going to do some culture for you. This is culture. This is the American intellectual elite. All right.
For a lot of Americans, you're not wrong.
No, I'm not. I know. I'm rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and like Joe Peralta's like, "Oh, I'm reading the New York Times. I'm fancy." I'm like, "Really? Okay."
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, and this is why Iraq needs to be invaded."
I hate that part of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The show that started in 2014, commenting on the surge.
Yeah, Brett Stevens is my favorite op-ed editor, as he is about to like make a little arrest.
Anyway, on a scorching June day on the Amalfi coast of Italy, Chloe Madison and her boyfriend Colin Pinello stopped to have lunch in Postiano, a glamorous town overlooking the Mediterranean Sea.
Again, basic.
With their refreshing caprese pasta plates and Aperol spritzes, they had one thought in their minds: ice water. But they knew...
Ask the guy. ask the waiter.
No, because we've trained them like Pavlovian dogs. But they knew that asking for it would be too American. While the Europeans around them seemed unfazed by the temperatures, I say sweating buckets in this room right now, she said they felt parched. Quote, water was something we consistently had to request, end quote, she said. And when they asked for ice, it was, quote, just a few cubes. Miss Madison, 27, decided to poke fun at this, posting a TikTok video of the couple finding themselves with the caption, fighting the American urge to ask for a cup of ice water in Europe. In this, she joined a trend of Americans wanting frosty drinks in tourist hotspots, with some musing on social media if Europeans simply don't drink water.
Do you want me to just, like, slap your idiocy just right here, Miss Madison, whatever the fuck it is? I don't remember her last name.
I think it was her first name.
Whatever, yeah. Water at the temperature that then it is outside is going to hydrate you better, queen. So stop being a fucking moron. Like, just stop it. You're embarrassing yourself, not because of the asking for water thing. That's normal.
Yeah.
You're like asking for ice cubes. You look like a fucking rube.
Asking for water, is that low-key American?
No, it's normal. Oh, I want a little bit of water. Like, how do you think you get hydrated?
Nick entered the studio being like, hey, can you get me a glass of water? I was like, whoa, Nick's been super American.
I mean, super fucking American. No, I mean, it's just like, it's like not that. First off, Americans come to Europe thinking that in the sense of like, no, I can't order water anywhere. It's like, you just have to ask for it. Just ask for tap water. You will get fucking tap water. It doesn't cost you anything. And if they charge you for it, just be like, hey, no, I asked for tap water. It is literally free for them. It's free for you. Like, don't be a rube.
So I do love, I'm too socially awkward to ask for water, but I'm not feeling socially awkward enough to not make a TikTok at this moment.
Go fuck yourself. It's like these like dumbasses who are just like, TikTok told me I'm ADHD. It's like, no, you're not. You're just like on the internet too much. Like, just like, oh God, you're,
All right. With U.S. tourists returning in high numbers to Europe this summer, and heat waves also setting records, American sensibilities about staying cool are butting up against European etiquette and norms. Some tourists are changing their travel plans because of the heat. Amid the broader climate change crisis, a penchant for flip-flops, shorts, and guzzling ice water may seem trivial, but those differences can be stark.
The ice water is also making you more dehydrated. Fun fact. Like, you're shocking your body with that, so stop it.
Savvy travelers seeking to blend in with the locals which is a concept that I'm just like, feel like is very...
You don't want to be Italian.
No. But like, it doesn't work. Savvy travelers seeking to blend in...
Get more racist, and then you're fine.
But against specifically other types of Italians.
Yeah, exactly.
Have strong opinions about the Piedmonts or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I can just imagine just like, I'm from LA, but like, I really fucking hate people from Calabria. Like, they just
to blend in, I became a football ultra.
Yeah, go Lazio, baby.
And then we beat him up.
Yeah. They were doing this like Roman salute and I joined them. It was like so camp.
So authentic. Anyway, savvy travelers seeking to blend in with the locals have increasingly turned to social media, particularly TikTok, for advice and commiseration. Much of the guidance will sound familiar to seasoned travelers. For example, be careful about small talk and asking personal questions of strangers. Don't be surprised that many Europeans still smoke in cafes and other public places. Classic Euro stuff. We will not stop.
Let's shoot my gun in the air. Hell yeah, we won't stop.
Lighting 5 cigarettes as I watch the choir of boys serenade me all with cigarettes and leather jackets on.
Yeah.
Do a little research about local customs and learn some basic conversational phrases in the local language.
Exactly. You should be 12 years old and already a chain smoker.
Yeah. Local such phrases as, can I have a cigarette? Do you have a light? Yo, this is weak. Do you have a stronger cigarette? Anyway. Menthos, what am I, Calibrian? Anyway, there's also the standard advice for Americans: be less loud. Which
you're in Italy.
Yeah, I don't know. But the record high temperatures in Europe have led to new theme in online travel advice. This is when the New York Times, paper of record, discovers wet jeans posting. I couldn't help but notice the striking contrast between how Americans and Europeans handle a heat wave. Mrs. Madison observed, saying that Europeans didn't appear to rely as heavily on things Americans consider essential. The experts agree. I love the experts they bring out for this.
I'm Mr. Nasa Hosa.
Yeah, I'm Clempen Thorpe of the Institute of Water and drinking.
What are these experts? The New York Times can find an expert for fucking anything.
I'm so glad you asked who the experts are, because I love who the experts are. All right, anyway, the experts agree.
Herr von und zu Nas.
Yeah. For a start, don't expect a big water pitcher filled with ice cubes the moment you sit down in a restaurant. This is true. Okay, that's fine. It's not, quote, it's not common at all in Europe, said Vivian Neri, director at the Institut Villa Piafru, a finishing school in Montreux, Switzerland. This is your expert, the head of a finishing school.
Go fuck yourself.
In Switzerland.
The New York Times needs to be just like jettisoned to the moon, because they would have a better readership of like this type of shit than on Earth.
I promised this very fancy Swiss person that they could be in an article, and I need to figure out a reason why.
My friend from fucking boarding school.
Yeah.
What a fucking dipshit article this is already. Oh my God. Like, again, I have to emphasize this because a lot of our listeners are in the United States.
Sure.
Just ask for a glass of water. Yeah. No one has a gun to your head being like, you stupid Americans, if you ask for fucking water, I'm going to fucking put a bullet in your head. Yeah. Like, that does not happen. No one cares.
No, I'm on the Amalfi Coast, and they're like, no water until you finish your pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. You're being punished by your, like, your Italian mother for, catching you smoking cigarettes at the ripe age of, 7?
Yeah. My mom's,
she caught you for not smoking enough cigarettes.
My Nona is so
at the
mad
age of 27.
My Nona is so mad that I'm not using fresh tomatoes in my cigarette recipe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, what? You got punished for smoking filtered cigarettes, you fucking baby. You know what? Your grandfather would smoke 47 unfiltered cigarettes a day.
Yeah. And that was just when he was trying to
cut back,
rescue Mussolini from that one hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, moving on. Skipping ahead a little bit. Nor has the American cold brew fad permeated the continent. If you order iced coffee at a local shop, it'll look more like a Greek frappe or a cafe freddo. In some places, it is simply not an option unless there happens to be an American coffee chain.
You ask for coffee with ice cubes in it, you easily get around it.
Yep.
All right.
Iced coffee, quote, this is another expert. We have another expert here. Iced coffee in America is a thing. I'm going to be honest, I love it, said Ilaria Rondolini Huey, 30, an Italian TikTok creator who moved to the United States a few years ago. That's something that I miss.
Iced coffee is a thing in Europe as well.
Yeah.
It is not as mystical and foreign as you make it out to be. I have to be the voice of reason here with all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm the idiot whisperer here. If you want an iced coffee, you do have to order a coffee and then just be like, can you throw some ice cubes in it? They'll do it. All right. And actually, just drink your hot coffee. Like, just do it. It's or you know what? If you're in Italy or if you're in Greece,
yeah.
If you're on the frappe train.
The frappe train?
What are you doing?
Is that like the crazy train?
No, the frappe train fucking rocks. Frappes fucking rip.
Oh, yeah.
If you are not having the most caffeinated just experience of your life when you're in Greece, you're fucking up because, sorry, iced coffee, mid AF, frappe rips.
All right.
All right?
Pro frappe.
I'm hella pro frappe.
Frappe with a PH because it's Greek.
No, it's still spelled with an F, actually.
No.
Actually, the word I don't think is actually even written in Greek.
No, probably not.
No,
Anyway.
actually, no. Of course it is. It's a Greek thing now too. But these things exist. They're not that hard to get. You just have to just if you're being like, I would like an iced coffee in Germany, because iced cafe in German would then be coffee with like ice cream in it.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, kind of rips.
That's the Cafe Freddo. That's in Italy as well.
Yeah, exactly. Just be really specific of like, I would like an iced Americano.
Yeah.
Which is what you're ordering
They'll
half
do
the
that.
time. They will do that for you. This is not that fucking hard. You order the same drink in LA.
Yep.
It's not difficult.
All right. So this is when we move on, skipping ahead a bit, to some kind of like unsubstantiated nonsense that they kind of threw in here that I'm going to talk about a little bit, which is, quote here, you're like from the article, Europeans are more concerned about climate change than Americans. Surveys have found this.
Good.
Yeah. So like they linked to some a Pew Research survey that surveyed 19 countries. The most concerned ones were in Europe. That is reflected in the rejection of not only air conditioning, but also clothes dryers. This is unsubstantiated nonsense.
Now, the clothes dryer thing has nothing to do with climate change. It has to do with space.
Like, we didn't have clothes dryers and air conditioning existed before climate change was like widely accepted fact.
Yeah, it was that these buildings were already built, and that then air conditioning is quite hard. And like Greece, you'll have an air conditioning in like the window. Air conditioning is everywhere in Greece.
It's everywhere in Romania.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. Like, you can put a window installed piece in your house. It's everywhere in these countries. It's expensive.
Yeah,
it's expensive to retrofit these buildings for this type of shit. The S-Bahn in Berlin now is air conditioned. You know, like trust me. I'm on the AC train. I very much do miss air conditioning, but it's like one of the things that then's like you can just like live with it when you realize that like shade exists.
Yeah. So like it's a weird one because if the energy grid was green, I don't think air conditioning is a problem. I think most Europeans don't do it because of cost.
Yeah. Your energy bill goes up the fucking roof, but it's not because of like a green thing. It's because its personal cost is really fucking expensive. Dryer is just in the sense that I don't know any single person who has enough space for a dryer in their house.
That, like, I mean, it's pretty common in Europe, like especially with newer machines, to have those one like the
washer dryers.
Washer dryers, yeah. And then like,
but crazy thing, when your clothes get out of the washing machine and they've gone on like the 12,000 RPM setting that you have it on, they're practically already dry, and they'll dry when you hang them up.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing that happens with clothes.
So, speaking
precipitation,
of which,
wild.
The countries that also like the countries they're talking about, or parts of the countries they're talking about, do not fucking need them. I have family in like Andalusia, and they talked about like, I think it was last year in the south of Spain, it actually rained consistently for 2 weeks in the winter, and there was like queues round the block at the like laundromats that exist in Seville because they were just like, what the fuck do? We usually just like throw our clothes on the ground and they're dry in 10 minutes after taking it out of the wash. We don't need a dryer for like 99% of the year. Yeah. But then like also you get into the whole discussion of like once America did the Louisiana Purchase, they stopped building buildings to suit the climate and they just kind of like did New England buildings forever. Yeah. So like that's why like the UK is becoming a hellhole with climate change because all their buildings are built to like, if they're built well, which is a big asterisk in the UK, but like are built to keep in heat. So when they had that like 40-degree heat wave last year, they were all like suffering. Yep. Rip. God, I still love that video of that guy who just like turned his bin into a jacuzzi.
That ripped.
That was such a
But yeah, I don't know. This is the thing is that like I wonder, like in all seriousness, I wonder why like a state like Arizona has dryers.
Yeah, it seems kind of pointless.
It is just because you want luxury.
Yeah. It's a sign of success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like everyone has a dryer in Arizona. Like you would never hang your laundry up. We had like a laundry. I don't even know what the fuck, like a line, like clothesline, but like we took it down.
You have clotheslines in Ireland, but they're usually outdoors and they're kind of a cruel joke. because it just like rains far too much for you to successfully dry your clothes.
No. I think Arizona has like 30 days of rain a year.
Yeah. Okay.
What we're saying is that you pigs are like are living a life of luxury that you don't deserve.
Yeah. All right. So then we get skipping ahead. We reach to their next expert. One Amanda Rollins. So hang on. And then there is the AC. Don't expect, like, when there even is a AC, don't expect anyone to blast it. Even when it's not on the United States, it's not on United States on. Said Amanda Rollins, an American TikTok creator who has lived in Paris for 6 years. She recently went to a movie theater where the audience was fanning themselves, a contrast to the deep freeze typical of American theaters. Moving on a little bit. All right. And this is when we get into the fashion police stuff, which I also enjoyed.
All right. Yeah, go on. I'll be the fashion police here.
Fashion police right now.
Yeah, the fashion police Nick stepping in. Woo, woo, woo.
And then there is the matter of what to wear. Even with
if you look like shit, I'll yell at you.
And even with the heat, it might be ill-advised to wear comfortable shorts, t-shirts, and sandals.
No, that's not true. Wear that. That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
That some people wear to dinner or theater in the United States.
Well, no shit. No fucking shit, because you guys go around like wearing every day like Under Armour and Lululemon to like do anything. You guys look like shit all the time. You can look like shit during the day, but when you go out in the evening, you have to at least like look like semi-presentable. You can still wear shorts. You can still like look cute. Yeah. But for fuck's sake, just because you can't wear your like, you know, you're like troop colored Under Armour like head to toe garb that you have on,
Black Rifle color.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't mean that we have to fucking like it. No. And like the thing with like sandals and flip flops, sure, fine. It depends on where you go. You're absolutely right. But it's like if it's the middle of summer, first off, no one cares. Everyone's making fun of you because you're dressed like fucking shit because, again, headed to Under Armour.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Quote, here in Italy, people dress up to take the garbage down to the street.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all. I've seen so many shitty-looking Italians people fucking take their garbage out. That's not true.
Said Stefano Lodi, general manager at the Hotel Brunelleschi in Florence. He said jokingly...
Yeah, no, that's a fucking like 5-star hotel in Florence. Come on, shut the fuck up.
You wouldn't dare put on flip-flops. Some fashion faux pas are blaring. Beachwear on a city street. Cut-off shorts and crop tops at a fancy restaurant. And the cost may be more than a dirty look. Upscale restaurants and even bars may turn you away for dressing too casually. Mr. Lodi said he turns people away from the hotel's Michelin-starred restaurant each summer because they arrive in shorts.
You just fucking proved me right. Yeah. The hotel that then Mr. Lodi is fucking doing his bullshit in has a Michelin star restaurant in it. Yeah. So everyone, they're not taking their own garbage out. Yeah. You know, they're going to the downstairs in the restaurant like dressed head to toe in like fucking like Ferragamo or some shit because they do nothing.
Hooters t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. You are like, ugh.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, this is just like, where did you find these people? Of course, the luxury hotel is going to have a problem.
Yeah.
Also, I can guarantee you that then the staff who picks up the trash is not dressed head to toe in like Gucci.
It'd be so funny if they were.
I mean, I kind of wish they were. That'd be fucking sick. But like,
I got this Gucci from the trash.
I'm sorry. As an American who's like lived here for 10 years, I don't understand anymore what Americans think this place is like, because it's just such like a bizarrely stupid like projection.
I think they think it's a big Ren fair. I think they think all of Europe is just a big Ren fair.
No, but it's just like, you can like come for like, I mean, for fuck's sake, like you've been to Italy in summer.
Yes.
You've been to Greece in summer. You had a hard time because you're sweating your fucking balls off, but that's fine. But it's just like, I don't think I've seen anyone wear a closed toe shoe in Italy in summer.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Like, unless they were like really concerned about their like presence or whatever, or like the fucking weirdo Italians who just like, oh, I gotta like dress above and beyond for everything, which is just like lame.
Yeah, I mean, like, part of this all kind of comes down to the fact that tourist spots are usually not very real.
No, exactly.
Like,
yeah, like
the
you'll
Amalfi
get away. Yeah, you'll get away with this shit no matter where you go because you are going to these like the Amalfi Coast. Sorry, as I mentioned earlier, is basic AF TikToker fucking Instagram influencer American bullshit. Like, not that it isn't pretty, but it's like everyone that I know who's American is like, oh my God, the Amalfi Coast, it's so fucking cute. It's like, yeah, you and like every other person in the U.S. wants to go there.
Yeah.
And it's like catering to your people.
But then,
you know?
like,
You're not going to like you think that you're going somewhere exclusive, but you're not.
Yeah. But then, like, yeah, and then, like, everyone on the Greek islands is probably dressed up because they're also on holiday and they want to feel good. But then you, like, go into central Athens or people are running to their office jobs. They're probably just dressed reasonably comfortably. Kind of
everyone in Athens or everyone in Greece on the islands, like, wears flip-flops. Like, literally, they do. Greeks and whatever, Australians alike.
The two people,
literally. It's just like
that's what the Cypriot.
That's the shit that's just like
Cyprus
yeah. That's the shit that's just like so funny with this article. Is like, oh, we found a guy who works at like a 5-star hotel with a Michelin star restaurant.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, no, of course, like no, like, of course, everyone's going to be dressed like to the T at your psychotic thing because you cater to Russian billionaires and people who aren't real.
Most of our customers are deep fakes.
Yeah, most of our customers probably have sanctions against them, and they're using fake names to then have hotel rooms here.
Yep. I am real Italianov.
Yeah, exactly. My real name is not actually Sergei Lavrov.
No,
yeah, my name is Giuseppe Italiano.
Yeah, that'll stick. In fact, okay, this is the end of the article. In fashion capitals like Paris, heat doesn't stand in the way of fashionistas. Quote, even when it's hot out, I'll see French people wearing a long sleeve or a long dress or a coat, Mrs. Rollins said, adding that she rarely saw Parisians wearing shorts. That is in contrast to American-style hot summers. We're like as close to naked as we can be, she said.
Not
End
true.
article.
First off, not true. First off, not true. You can look, you can be near to naked and be European. That's like totally a thing. Second, sweaty.
We love doing that, actually.
All right. Sweaty.
We love being naked.
You can wear long sleeve things that aren't like made of wool, and you can be cool. It's called cotton. It works. It's called layers.
I love fashion.
You can wear them in summer. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of wacky. Kind of freaky with it. No, like Paris doesn't. I mean, like Paris gets like warm in summer.
Yes.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
But like, it's not to the point where then like, I'm saying this being from the fucking middle of the desert. Even in the middle of the fucking desert in summer, where it's like 42 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, or sorry, Celsius. That'd be very cold in Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
The length of your sleeve does not make you warmer depending on what the material is made of. If there are people who are wearing long sleeve things, whether it be long pants or long shirts, the material that they are made of is typically in conjunction with the weather that it is outside. There's a material, if you never heard of it, babe, called linen. Long sleeves, linen, great. Yeah. Actually, you know what? There's a thing when linen gets wet, it cools you down. These are just tips, honey.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you.
All right.
I
think the solution to this with climate change
is I need to help her.
No. Come the new tourist destination for Americans, Northern Germany. They'll fit in fine.
Yeah, the Baltic Sea, baby.
They're all spiritually German anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Americans, yeah, you had your like, Protestant work ethic bullshit, your Puritan nonsense.
Yeah, go on a holiday here.
Yeah, you go to Rügen, the highest temperature is like, 20 Celsius.
Yeah.
Everything's bleak and black.
Yeah, and you'll be taken on a tour by a guy who's also just wearing cargo shorts.
Yeah,
and
for Americans, the highest would be like, 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
It's like, Maine. That's like the geographical equivalent in terms of like, whatever, latitude, longitude, whatever one that is.
Oh, no, it's not. We're far further north, but still.
Yeah, whatever. Maine's the furthest north in the U.S.
Yeah, no, it's
Go further north than that. Canada, baby. We're up there.
But it's that thing that like Italy's further north than New York.
It's just in the stupid like I'm sorry. I can't take this on so many other different levels into the sense like, oh, the Parisians wear long sleeves. It's like, wait, what?
The Parisians do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of
like,
Parisians.
but like I wear long sleeves in summer too, and I'm I wear long sleeves in summer with the fact in the sense of then that there's materials that you can like wear in summer.
Sure.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So for
I would rather wear, to be honest, a long sleeve like button up shirt in summer than I would a t-shirt sometimes because it's like flowier and airier and you feel cuter.
So the thing for me is I really don't understand the obsession. I think the fool's errand.
She's just mad she can't go to the bar in her Under Armour and Lululemon gear with her like troop husband.
I think if you just like really lent into it confidently, you'd love it.
I saw a guy the other day who was a German guy dressed head to toe in American like troop Under Armour stuff.
I've been to Paris like once, but my understanding is you can wear whatever you want as long as you're rude about it. And just like don't take any shit. Everyone will love it.
Yes, it's called fashion, baby.
Yeah, just you're in your Lululemon and like scolding all the Parisians.
To be fair, the French should bully you for wearing Lululemon. Like
you should bully them
they're
back.
right
That's
about
how they
that.
respect you.
No. No, sorry. The French should like physically beat you outside.
Paris is like prison rules. You find the biggest fashionista and you punch them in the face.
Yeah, but
and
then
you yell, "You're not! I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me."
But like, can you imagine the sense of just like a bunch of queenie French fashionistas just like beating up an American tourist dressed head to toe in Lululemon outside of like a very chic restaurant? I would love that.
The fashion wars.
I would love that. That's the
season 2 finale.
Begun the fashion wars have, as Yoda said.
This is the season 2 finale of Emily in Paris.
I don't know. I would really like it. I would love a bunch of men in high heels just like curb stomping a bunch of like, you know, suburban people in Lululemon.
This film is directed by an American. It all takes place on that like, what's that big row near that big street near the Arc de Triomphe that's like only tourist trap shit that like the Champs-Elysees, yeah, that like seems like I don't think any real French people go there except for maybe to like work in some of those shops.
Emily in Paris probably works there.
Yeah.
Apparently she doesn't, as we've gotten confirmation.
Emily in Paris is like a known menace in Paris. She's like the Hamburglar of Paris. It's like, oh no, she's stealing things again. Yeah, I just already understand.
I just love how much they bullied her.
You watch that show again. Anyway,
don't do it.
The fool's errand of trying to fit in when I think you will just kind of like, you should just lean into it and just be honest about who you are. I just don't understand why people are just like, I fall apart in like 18-degree weather. I'm not going to convince any Greek person that I am Greek. Like, I'm just going to roll.
I hear it from you all the time. Oh, Nick. Oh, Ella. Ciaran, Ine, Elenika. I'm like, no, Ciaran, you're not. Stop it. You're not Greek.
I'm reading the Greek as if it's like the My Big Fat Greek Wedding, like Greek style Roman alphabet. Like I'm reading the sigma as an E and whatever. And I'm
You're like, I'm gonna sick tattoo, Nick.
Anyway, with that, I think wet jeans posting, they'll live forever. And with that being said,
the American empire needs to die with this tourism shit because
that's the takeaway.
That's the takeaway. Is that
and this is all to say that we're applying for bricks.
my fellow countryman is an idiot. I don't appreciate them. I know that Kieran's opinion of this is much more like, hoo, this is fun. And I'm just like, I'm just mad.
It is fun.
I'm mad because in the sense I just like know the general stupidity of like, I went to Europe and like they didn't have air conditioning and follow me on Instagram.
Well, I just get to do the very typical Irish thing if I just like, I see that happen in public and then I just like go home to my family and loudly announce like, guess what I saw today? A Yank. It's crazy.
Yeah, while you and your like 18 members of your family in like one house because no one can afford it.
So we're just living like 1850s style.
Yeah.
In my tenement in Boston.
Your tenement in, yeah, exactly.
Look, The goal is I have 40 kids and then somehow I spin that into becoming a cop. It's all how it works.
Yeah. Somehow you're also related to Engels. We don't know how.
It'll come up later. And with that, we will catch you on the...
We have nothing to announce?
No.
Oh, rad. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be doing Podfest in October. That's not really up yet. We're trying to get the Cologne and Hamburg show sorted. Yeah. I need to ask Nick to send me some big boy emails on behalf of the show.
I'll tip tap for you. Yeah,
Thank
don't
you.
worry.
Thank you. All right. Ciao, ciao. See you in the bonus feed.
Bye-bye.